And believe it or not, 2 weeks from today is the first Sunday of Lent. That's the official start date of the 40 days. So the question has to start being asked, what am I going to give up for Lent? And we answer that best when we say, well, for what reason am I giving it up? And that's why we have invited Dr. Nick Matus to be here with us today to describe for us a project that he has been involved in, that we will invite you, along with the usual offerings to St. Vincent de Paul and Catholic Relief Services, to be part of what our almsgiving is for during Lent. So once we give up our scotch or our pizza or our ice cream, hopefully we're saving those resources to bless somebody else. And let's hope that the people that Nick has been involved in will be blessed. So we invite him forward to speak to us briefly now.
Thank you, Father Healy. And as I said before to folks at the other masses, don't be anxious. This is very brief, so I won't torture you. I'm here today to ask for your help with a project to build 10 homes for the poor in Guatemala. I went on a mission trip last year with Food for the Poor to some of the most destitute villages in Guatemala. Food for the Poor's mission is to bring the Church of the First World to the Church of the Third World. They work primarily, but not solely, with the Catholic Church and Catholic relief organizations such as Caritas. What led me to this mission was that in midlife, I started to realize that even though I attended Mass weekly, I made charitable donations, in my heart that maybe I wasn't quite the Christian I thought I was. Around the same time, I heard a sermon on Revelation 3, where Jesus condemns lukewarm Christians. In fairly harsh words, he essentially says, I would rather you didn't believe rather than being lukewarm, rather than not being passionate for me. Up until then, I would have never thought about doing anything outside my comfort zone. I had created a comfortable life for myself, and I would give, but never enough to really hurt, and certainly not enough to disturb my life. And then my heart started to change, and I met the poor in Guatemala. This is Maria de los Angelos and her 3 children. It's one of the families that I met in the village of El Tablon. They live in a hovel made of sticks and rusted metal that's filled with holes. They have no running water, they have no electricity, they have no plumbing, they have a dirt floor. At night during the rainy season, Maria stands in darkness, soaked to the bone and freezing, holding her children as their floor becomes a river of mud. And that's their life every day. There are days when they only have enough food for one of their children, and the other 2 watch as one child eats. They live a life that we would consider hell on earth, and yet every day they pray to God the Father and thank Him for what they have. When you meet these people, you truly meet Jesus Christ. You meet Jesus, and they know God the Father well. So this experience led to this housing project. Everyone can't be helped. They focus on the families whose children are most in danger of imminently dying. We're $35,000 away from our project and our goal, and I beg each and every one of you this Lenten season to give, hopefully like you've never done before. Whether it's $5 or $10 or $1,000 or more, I need each and every one of you to finish this goal, and I hope that year after year that we'll go to another village and start another project and help more people. I'll be back in El Tablon this October to see this project to completion, and if anyone has a heart or passion to come back, please let me know. There's envelopes and flyers in the pews, and please pass them on to whoever's sitting next to you. There's also flyers in the front and back of the church. You can give me an envelope today. Feel free to take the flyers home, obviously. Read them. You can donate online. If you do donate online, there's a website at the bottom of the flyer. Make sure you go to that specific website. Otherwise, if you just donate on the Food for the Poor General website, it'll go to the general fund and not this project. I'll end with, there's a prayer in John 17 where Jesus prays about our relationship and his relationship and love with God the Father and us as the body of Christ. And Jesus prays that we may be brought to complete unity, complete love for one another. And he tells us that God the Father loves us as much as he loves his son Jesus, and it's actually our love and unity and what we do for each other which shows the rest of the world who Jesus actually is, the Messiah. Maria de los Angeles is part of our church. I want to go back to El Tablon this October and let those people know that you at Christ the King in Mashpee love them so much that you gave everything so that you could relieve their suffering. Thank you, and God bless.